While Brian makes his way up here, I'm going to run through our last couple of sponsorships. We want to thank Wilson Office Supply. Is that a company chair you got there?
Yes.
Check out Wilson Office Supply's line of ergonomically correct office furniture, better backs by design. You spend a third of your life at your desk, you might as well be comfortable. Fill and Chill, what's the deal? At Fill and Chill, the deal is daily low prices on beer, cigarettes, chilleritas, fresh cooked food, and more. Whether you walk in or drive through, Fill and Chill has got the deal for you. Fill and Chill on Southwest Parkway. Find them on Facebook. In-case backup. Protect your documents, pictures, music, financial records, and other files for less than $10 a month with In-case backup. In-case backup works continuously and wirelessly to protect your computer files from crashes, viruses, even loss or theft of your computer. Check them out at incasebackup.com. Our newest sponsor, Crank It Karaoke. Open 7 days a week till 2 a.m. With over 50,000 songs to choose from, Crank It is the karaoke capital of Wichita Falls. Located on East Scott at Shepherd Access Road, Crank It has state-of-the-art lighting, jumbo screens to watch the game, and nightly drink specials. Find Crank It on Facebook.
Sing it.
So, everybody say hi. This is Catherine Prose and BC or Brian Gilbert, depending on how you know them or which one to call. I met these two in a bar.
No, but the story goes a little bit different than that.
Then you tell it. Yeah.
So we were coming into Wichita Falls to look for somewhere to live.
And this was in 2005.
Got a newspaper, and in the newspaper there was this article.
Oh yeah, I wrote a column saying that every serial killer in the history of the world was born from a heterosexual couple.
Right. Well, that was one of the points. One of the many points. Right?
They were moving from the Badlands of Lubbock to the Badlands of Wichita Falls.
And I thought that was pretty damn cool. This is a great article. We're going to be okay here. So then we move here. I'm in a bar. Talking to you. You're talking to me, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Talking to me.
I mean, no, honey. What?
He was talking, but you know, he's talking. He's talking. And I said, and I told him this story. And I said, so it can't be that bad. And you said, I wrote that article.
Well, so there you go. You're Goodwill Ambassador. Welcome to Wichita Falls. We're not all awful. There's a sign.
Homosexuals might be right.
On 287, right there, where you come in. Home of Shepherd Air Force Base, and we're not all terrible. Brian, tell them about yourself.
I'm from Amarillo, Texas, between Amarillo and Canyon, actually. And
is that the name of the town, or is it just?
It's actually
frontage road.
It's between Amarillo and Canyon, Texas, and. Grew up there, lived my whole life there, and I've always lived within a 200-mile radius, it seems like, of where I was born and raised.
Yeah. And what medium of art do you work in?
Everything, but I'm a mixed media painter, and printmaker, and sculptor, and
he's really expensive.
Yeah, I'm really, according to Kat, I'm really expensive.
He costs a lot of money. You've got to have at least, I mean, the storage unit that you need.
I need 4,000 square feet, okay?
Yeah,
that's all I'm asking.
He does big sculpture projects.
Not anymore.
What are the topics you like to paint about?
I tell people that a lot of people classify me as like a Southwest artist or cowboy artist or something like that, but I really tell people that I'm basically trying to reinterpret the cultural stereotype of what Western art is and stuff, and so my work has a lot of really bright colors and propaganda type words in it.
Well, yeah, because I see a lot of the bright
fun. Yeah,
I see a lot of the bright Southwestern style.
It's not stereotypical at all.
But he takes on issues of religion and sex and these cultural icons.
Wow.
Let me tell you a story.
He doesn't?
You'll like this story.
First he's not a sculptor, and then he doesn't paint movies. I've seen both these things to be true.
Listen. This is a good story. This is when we're dating. We're not married yet. And any of you guys that are artists know that when you paint portraits of people, they tend to look like people that are around you, right? So your wife will come out and that sort of thing, or your girlfriend, or who you're sleeping with, or whatever.
Well,
yeah. So he has a show. What was the title of the painting?
Soiled Dove.
Soiled Dove is, yes. Soiled Dove has this sky. It's a painting of a guy. He's all drunk and his money's flying everywhere, and his boots being taken off by a swirl dove.
Oh, yeah. Impurity.
Right.
Purity and impurity.
And she's taking his boots off, and then the frame is this huge ornate frame with red Christmas lights, those big red Christmas lights all the way around it. He puts it in a show, we're just dating. So, but here's the key to the story. My dad comes in, sees the painting, doesn't say a thing until maybe a week. The next day, takes Brian outside.
Congratulates me on the show, and then he tells me, I got to this painting where I saw a portrait of you laying on the bed, sticking your boot in my daughter's chest, and it said "Swirl Dove, and if you ever call my daughter a whore again, I want to kick your ass."
That's a good story. 15 years later, he's doing okay.
Did you ever call her a whore again?
Or you ever called her a whore in the first place?
Well, you know, we're going to get to the perils of
he denies the sex and religion is my point.
Well, I want to get back to the perils of artistic interpretation in a second, but first I want everyone to meet Catherine. Catherine, you're a professor, or what's your title at MSU?
I am Associate Professor of the Printmaking Department and Gallery Director at the Juanita Harvey Art Gallery at Midwestern State University in Wichita Falls, Texas.
Well, I think it's time to move on to our game. Seem to have answered all.
Yeah.
And what you've been there now? That's why you moved to Rose for that position.
6 years. Yeah.
How's that experience been, teaching art here in Wichita Falls?
It's been good, although, you know, I've had several hats. I came in doing the gallery and teaching art appreciation and 2D design. And then the next year it was 2D design and drawing. And now it's drawing, 2D design, and printmaking. So this will be my 3rd year being in the same classes, so I'm kind of getting my game on a little bit better.
She's had 3 offices, different offices.
3 offices.
A lot less than I've had. Catherine was actually the first person, you were the first person I spoke to about that art expo I put on at the Sears building. It was still this idea kind of rattling around in my head, and didn't we go down and look at the building together?
We did, and I wasn't very helpful after that.
Well, you were helpful because, and this is... And
I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Well, no, she was very instrumental because the role she played was telling me to stay focused and not make it bigger than I could do. Yeah, because I had this I was going to be juggling clowns, and there'd be a helicopter, and and the hookers would be over here, and and she was like, you had a sense of this that I did not, and you said, no, you need to keep it within these confines, that you need to define them right now and do that show. And I pass that message along to people all the time, because creative people are always adding dimension because they like tinkering and building and changing, and you were the first one to say, you're a bright boy, but you need to cap it off right there.
It was a hit though.
Well, she also said that you need to do this like a year in advance if you want to do it like in 3 months.
I pulled it off in 6 weeks.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
So yeah, and she did say, well, this kind of thing's going to take a year. Like, I don't have a year. I booked this joint at the end of October, so that's how long I've got.
You did good.
Well, it nearly killed me. I'm never doing that again. I'm never being nice to this community ever again. The perils of artistic interpretation. Now, you guys live in...
Together?
Yes, yes. But you occupy sort of... you live in an environment where it's, it's an academic environment, which I assume is a bit more open-minded and allows a broader range of artistic expression.
I don't think so.
Well, that's the show I want to raise.
Jackasses up there. I mean, they're so tight and judgmental, and they're they're feisty and like this. I heard Courtney say she's got tenure. Don't worry.
But do your students feel that way? Do your students feel free to express themselves in any way, shape, or form that they think of?
They put this little thing that you get out of a fortune who said that I had a way with words. And the only time that I've been reprimanded so far is because of my mouth. So they feel pretty good.
Simeon, there's no future for you at MSU.
I do. But
are you ever surprised by interpretations of your work, or do you just roll with it now?
Oh, interpretations of somebody interpreting your work.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Sometimes, not so much really though. I mean,
did you used to?
Yeah. I mean, I think when I was first up and coming, you know, but for the most part, I mean, my work's pretty much what it is. I mean, it's if you got a set of eyes that work and everything, and you know most of your alphabet, and you can figure it out. I
so
mean,
that's like 40% of the population.
It's not. I mean, you know, the type of work I make, it's for it's for everybody. A lot of artists, they make work that's, you know, you have to have a certain level of education, or I mean, it goes over your head or whatever. And I come from a blue collar family, so I make work that someone that is a blue collar person can appreciate, as well as, you know, somebody that has a PhD or something like that and is maybe more schooled and more educated.
I mean, like if a cowboy's thinking of a taco, he's thinking of a taco.
Yeah.
I mean,
and sometimes a taco is just a taco.
Yeah. And the horse might be ice cream. I mean, I don't know.
Now, the horse thinking about ice cream. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, were both your boys born since you got here, or just?
No.
You showed up
we left Lawton in 97.
Oh, Lawton, yeah.
Lawton 97. We spent 8 years in Lubbock. That's where we got our master's degree. Sage was born there. He's now 9. So we moved here when he was 2.
Oh, Weber was born here.
Weber was born here.
So we got, you know, parents of young kids all over the joint here.
It's awesome. It's awesome because it's awesome.
And do you feel like
they're our future?
Do you feel like again, just sort of revisiting what we were talking about with Haley and Simeon? Do you feel like the added dimension of kids in the family has focused your artistic goals, or
it totally stunted it? But what I love, I mean, it just does, right? It has to stunt your artistic growth, but it humbles you in a big way. But what I love is seeing kids, like I love seeing Lily here tonight.
Yeah.
You know, because we go back to Lubbock and we see kids all over the place. Wichita Falls is weird about kids, and I don't know if you guys would agree with this, but I mean, you take kids to a gallery open and they look at you like you're half out of your freaking mind.
Yeah.
But just like Sims was saying earlier, it's nice to take the kids and involve them in it, you know?
I was thinking in terms of actual production, like, like
it sucks.
I think, well, see, I was a stay-at-home dad, so
it does.
What it did for me was I learned to get done in 30 minutes what used to take me 3 hours to do.
And I think that's exactly right.
You can't sit around and daydream. I mean, you got to get to work. So
we had a 4-year-old. One of our twins was just chronically up to no good. Like she was gonna kill herself from being stupid.
That's Harper.
That was Harper, yeah. And like she was like licking light bulbs and so like I was like, okay, well, you know what? I can't turn my back on you, child. So I spent a whole weekend working from home. I was at the Times Record News at that point, but I did a lot of writing on the weekends. I spent the whole weekend holding her hand. I said, I'm going to hold your hand. And I typed one, I sat there working with this little 4-year-old.
Whining and crying.
Yep.
just tie her up.
But the point being, you have to adapt because, what were you going to give up on? You can't give up. I'm not going to give up on either one. I'm not going to give up on being a dad or the things I want to do.
I think it makes you a better person. I think it makes you more focused on what you want to do. And yeah, it's a damper on things at times, and it does, it keeps you from, it changes everything up. It keeps you from doing what you would normally want to do, but it makes you more creative. I think it's
you gotta be efficient.
And I think there's not enough smart people having babies, I think the fact that, if you get creative, intelligent folks that are procreating, that's our future right there, because I'm also a high school teacher and I see the results walking down the hallways all day long of people that weren't thinking